Hello friends, in this session we will learn with the employees feedback and the reward system. So what is employees feedback? See, employee feedback is defined as the process of giving constructive suggestion to the employee by their manager, supervisor or the peers. So obviously the manager is giving the feedback, the constructive suggestion to the employee. It is called as the feedback, right? Apart from that, the employee feedback also compromises of the feedback that the employee would want to give to his manager, peer or to the organization. So even employee is giving some feedback to the manager, to the peers means the higher authority, or to the or even organization. That is also counted into the feedback. So feedback is not only the one way. Feedback is two way. Manager can give the suggestion, constructive suggestion to the employee as a feedback. However, employee even can also give some feedback to the management, that is manager or the organization. So it is a two-way communication. Okay. Now feedback through the climate survey. See, a climate survey. What is the climate? Climate means simply the environment in the organization. Here, the climate refer to the environment into the organization. Now, climate survey are carried out in order to the gauge employees perception, in order to gauge the employees perception about the organization. Climate survey should be carried out time to time in order to reduce the employee dissatisfaction. So obviously, how what employee believe about the organization, what employee think about the organization, to guess that we are doing the climate survey. Okay, so obviously climate survey must be carried out time to time. So see here, the typical climate survey should have some certain aspect. Okay, so which are the aspect of climate survey? Very simple. See, a typical climate survey should cover a certain aspect of an organization. So generally, in a broader sense, I can say that the climate survey should contain structure. Means what? Employees' perception of a constraint, rules, regulation, and authority. So, what employee think about the constraints, rules, regulation, and authority, about the authority of the organization, that is part of structure. Now, what is the responsibility? Responsive aspect in the survey, which include the sense of autonomy, clarity of the role. So, simply in the survey they will ask you the question like that: how much you feel autonomous, how much your role clarity you're having, what to do, what not to do. So rate from 1 to 10 like that. Okay, so this is the part of responsibility. Next, reward. So the employee's view on the recognition and reward, the punishment system, the pay he is getting, the promotion policy, all that can be get a feedback. That is the part of a reward. Now risk aspect. What is the risk aspect? See, attitude towards risk taking and challenges in the job. So in the survey they will ask you the question, how much you are taking the risk. That is what the calculated risk. Then the warmth is simply the atmosphere of the camaraderie within the work group. That is what the informal support or the social connection. So they will ask you, do you have the informal groups in the organization? Do you get any informal support from your colleagues? You're having some many friends in the organization. So this is the part of warmth. Next is the support. So perception of the manager assistance and the peer support. So whether you are getting the manager's assistance in achieving the target, doing the work, whether you're getting support from higher authority. So this is the part of support aspect. Next is standard. So importance of the performance standard, the quality of work. So they will ask you the question in the survey based on the standard followed in the organization, the quality of work being done. Then the conflict, openness to diverse opinion, conflict resolution process, and the opportunity for expressing the viewpoint. So they will ask you whether your views you can express freely in the organization, whether whether you are open to the all to respect the opinion of other. That is the openness to the diverse opinion. So this is the part of conflict. Next is the identity aspect. So very simple, sense of belonging to the organization. How much you feel you are belong to the organization. Like some banks, they are treating themselves as a family. So whether you are having that right. So this is the all simply aspect of the climate survey. Okay, no need to mug up that. Only just understand as a part of theory. Next is the reward and the compensation system. See, the basic goal of an individual in the organization is to earn the satisfactory wages or the compensation and perform well. So obviously everybody he is here to do the work and get well paid. So this will also give him the recognition for other financial and the non-financial reward existing in the organization, right? Obviously, see what is wages. So wages in the form of compensation is viewed as the main attraction to join or change the job. So why first see why you do join the bank? First is what you see the good pay structure, right? First thing is that. Okay. Apart from that, when you want to switch the job, you will also think that if I am getting more salary, I will change the job. That is what the first instance. So apart from the wages, there is also the inbuilt reward system for better performance. Apart from the wages, you can see the respect as a banker you are getting in the society. Apart from that, the other facility you are getting. So these are the different than the private employee. So the compensation is a major source of retention of the existing manpower of the company. So why people remain in the organization? See, looking at the wages, people will join, right? But looking at the compensation, people will retain in the organization. So it is also age to motivate the employee to give their best. So what do you mean by the compensation? See, wages means simply the money you are getting for doing the job. Apart from that, in terms of compensation, a company should be such that it attract the talent. Compensation should be so that it should be attractive to the talent. For example, the compensation can include the wages, salary. Apart from that, the bonus, the cash allowances, the benefit. For example, the accident or the health insurance cover, the employer's contribution to the retirement fund, the provision of accommodation. Like in the bank, we are getting the LFC, then we are having the HRA, right? The officers are having the HRA. So these are the different facility we are getting, which attracts the new people, which attract the youngster to join the bank. So this is all part of the compensation. Remember, the monthly you are getting salary is simply the part of wages. However, along with the salary, you are getting other benefit, like you are getting the PLI. Apart from that, you are getting the HRA, you are getting the LFC. So these all are the part of the compensation. So looking at a compensation, talent will get attract to the organization. Now see, total reward model. So what is a total reward model? It is very, very interesting to understand total reward model. So this is the star question, for example, and if you remember, this is the star question. So total reward is described as the full combination of a monetary and non-monetary investment. So what it include? Very simple. The money also, and apart from that, non-monetary benefit also. So what are the non-monetary benefits? Simply see, you are getting salary, right? Apart from that, you are getting the HRE. Apart from that, you are getting the LFC. So these are suppose your monetary part. Apart from that, you are getting the 30 sick leave. You are getting the say 12 casual leave. You are getting 30 PL per year. So these are what? These are the non-monetary benefit you are getting, right? So this is the non-monetary investment in the workforce to attract and retain and engage the people. So people will get attracted toward the monetary and non-monetary components of the non-monetary components of the compensation. So this total reward model framework shows that there are three primary category of the reward that influences the decision to join, to perform, or to stay in the organization. What are that? So what are the three main, you can say, the category that will say that the employee will join the bank or employee will join the organization, will perform in the organization, and will retain in the organization. So simply, first is the pay, that is salary, then other benefit and the intangible reward, for example, like a recognition certificate and different things, right? So the pay, benefit, and the intangible reward, these are the three primary category of a reward that influences the decision to join, perform, and stay in the organization. Now see, total reward, which consists of the foundational reward. The total reward consists of the foundational reward, the performance-based reward, career, and the environmental reward. So what are the foundational rewards? Very simple. These are basic, like salary, healthcare facility, health insurance, the retirement plan, right? These are the foundational. Almost every job is offering that. Okay, these are the foundational reward. Apart from that, the performance-based reward means what? If you the short-term and the long-term incentive you are getting, the profit sharing plan, some companies are offering. Like in the bank, we started the performance linked incentive, right? So this is the profit sharing plan, the recognition you are getting, reward you are getting, employee of the month, employee of the year. So these are what? The performance based reward. Apart from that, the career and the environmental reward means what? It includes the career developmental program, then the mentoring program, that is what the training we are getting in the banks, then the well-being program, the flexibility in the working arrangement. So these are what? These are the career and the environmental reward. So very simple. Understand very one thing. What do you mean simply? The total reward model. See, you are getting reward, right? Reward means salary, whatever you are getting. Apart from that, what extra you get? You are getting the salary, that is what monetary and non-monetary benefit. Both you should get, right? And what can be the reward? Reward can be the foundational, means what? The basic salary, healthcare, and basic. Then the performance based. If you do well, you will get more salary. That is what? The profit sharing, the rewards and recognition. Then third is the career and the environmental reward. Means what? Which include the career development program. For example, if you are doing better and better, but there is no policy to promote you as a higher authority, then what is useful? It is not useful. In that case, we can say that there should be the career environmental reward. Okay, so these are the part of the total reward. If everything is there, then you can say there is a total reward model. Apart from that, see here further, there are 6 elements to the total reward model. There are total 6 elements of the total rewards that collectively define the organization strategy to attract, to motivate and retain and engage the employee. Okay, so we can say that if there are these 6 elements are available in the organization, present in the organization, then employee will attract to join the bank, to join the organization, they will get motivated, they will retain in the organization for longer duration. Okay, now see here. First is the compensation. So this includes both the fixed and the variable pay. What is fixed pay? That means you are getting fixed salary. For example, your salary is fixed. For example, say 50,000 per month. Variable pay means what? If you achieve the target, you will get 50,000. Along with that, you are getting some incentive. It is what? The variable pay. More you perform, more you will get. So what are the benefit? Second element is the benefit. For example, the health insurance, the income protection, the saving and the retirement program is there. Like in the banks we are having, right? NPS. So these are the benefit. Then work-life effectiveness. So obviously the organizational practices, policy and the program should actively support to achieve the success at both work and the home. Means what? There must be the work-life balance. Okay. Next, recognition means what? The program that acknowledges the employee performance, that must be there. That is what? The award system, the reward and recognition program, then the facilitation program, like that. Then performance management. It includes establishing the expectations, skill demonstration, assessment, the feedback, continuous improvement. That is what the performance management. So basically, the HR should establish some expectations from the employee. Apart from that, the skill demonstration is possible, assessment should be there, the feedback should be there, and so that it will result into the continuous improvement, right? Then talent development. It provides opportunity and the tool for the employee to advance their skill, the competency in both short-term and the long-term career. So obviously, there must be the talent development department, right? So in many banks, in the department is having, right, talent development, where they are providing some training, the skill, upskilling the employees. Apart from that, whatever the career opportunity, right? For very simple, passing JIB, CIB. This is the part of the talent development, right? So many banks are offering the increments. Right? Some banks are offering one-time fees, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, like that. Okay, so this is the part of talent development. Now see, what are the 6 elements which you should remember, for example, point of view? The compensation and benefit, very simple. Apart from that, you can easily remember the work-life balance, the recognition, the performance management and the talent development. Okay, remember that 6, because in the examination, they will frame the question in that manner that which of the following is not element of a total reward system. Okay, remember. So the compensation, the benefit, work-life effectiveness, recognition, performance management and the talent development. Now see, world at work, total reward model. So basically, the world at work has developed a model in 2000. Okay, and there are 5 pillars of a comprehensive reward system. So this is very simple. Understand here. The world at work total reward model in 2000 developed demonstrate that the dynamic relationship between the employer and the employee. Very simple. So in the exam, they will ask you, which of the following is the relationship between the employee and the employer as per the world at work model. Okay, so it is a dynamic, means continuously evolving and changing. Meaning of dynamic is simply continuously evolving and changing. So see, remember here, there are 5 pillars of a comprehensive reward system. So how should be the reward system? That must be the comprehensive, right? And it must include what? The compensation, the benefit, the flexibility, the performance recognition and the career development. So that 5 also you have to remember, for example, of you. Okay, there is nothing to worry, but you have to remember. Very, very important. So total reward strategy, what it is having? Simply the compensation, the benefit, the flexibility, the performance recognition and the career development. Okay, so these 5 are the pillar for the comprehensive reward system. Remember, what are the compensation, benefit, flexibility, performance recognition and the career development. Remember that. Okay, very, very important for exam point of view. So the image which you see here is the total reward model developed by World at Work. Okay, this is the simply, you don't need to worry about the image. It is just for your information. Okay, now say, next is the reward strategy. So what do you mean by reward So reward strategy means simply how we should give the reward. What should be the strategy for that, right? Very simple. So reward strategy determine the direction in which reward management, innovation and development should go. So how, in which direction reward management should go? Basically, it is a reward strategy. So strategy means what? For example, you will have the strategy to pass the CIB examination. So how much you should study daily, how many hours you should study daily, right? This is what the strategy you have to make first, right? So very simple. In the same way, reward strategy is in a similar line. We can say it is the determine the direction in which reward management should go. So definition of a reward strategy is, see, very simple. An approach to reward based on and set of a coherent principle in support of the organization's aim. So what is the reward strategy? See, it is simply the approach. It is the approach to reward based on the set of coherent conference. So what is the reward strategy in simple word? It is an approach to the reward. How reward should be given. The approach is nothing but the reward strategy. And how that approach is simply that should in line with the organization's principle. Okay. Now see here, reward strategy and learning and development. Reward strategy and learning and development, there are lot of connection between the reward strategy and learning and development. So see here, the Michael Rose in his book A Guide to the Non-Cash Reward has pointed out that a strong connection between the reward and the learning and development. So there is a strong connection between the reward and learning and development. So you can see here, very simple. Reward and the learning and development, they are having some strong connection. Don't worry about the image. It is just for your understanding purpose. Okay, no need to get anything from the image. So what I will say that the Michael Rose in his book written that A Guide to the Non-Cash Reward, the reward strategy and learning and development have a strong connection. Okay. Now see, the purpose of a primary reward program. So the purpose statement can be developed by answering the three questions. So what is the purpose of reward program? What is the purpose? Simply see, why does program exist? Why does reward program exist? Why it is meaningful to the employee and how it give advantage to the organization. Means what? How it is beneficial to the employee, how it is beneficial to the organization, and why it is there. So if you get that answer for three questions, you will get the purpose for the primary reward program. Okay. See, why does it exist? Obviously, it is meaningful to the employee. It gets motivated. Employee get motivated, and the employee will return into the organization. It attract the talent if there is reward. How does it give advantages to the organization? So obviously, if employees are attracted, talent is attracted, then organization obviously will grow, right? Next, developing the reward strategy. See, the two critical characteristics of a total reward systems are total reward components. So there are two critical characteristics of a total reward component. First is the program itself and second is the value. So what is program? Simply a specific program that company make an investment in and manage. So see, simply what reward program is company making, right? And how the company is managing that reward program, the organization, right? That is simply the program. And second is the value. So the component must have some specific ascribed or a prescribed value in the eye of employee. So whatever reward the organization is giving, right? So that reward must be valuable in the eyes of the employee. Otherwise, employee say it is just a formality. Employee of the month is just a formality. It is not like that. So whatever the reward the organization is offering, the employee should respect that reward. That means the reward must have some value, right? So this is for example, you are getting lot of reward in the organization, but you are not getting the promotion. So whether that reward is useful, right? No. That means that reward is not having value. So the program itself and the value associated with the reward, these are the two critical characteristics of the total reward component. Next is the design and development of a reward strategy example. See, very interesting example. See, first we will see the Google company and second is the wholefoodmarket.com. Okay. First is the Google. Working at Google itself, it is a pride, right? So the Google employee themselves, they call as a Googlers, right? So they are crucial to the company's success. So the key goal of a compensation program. So what are the compensation program in the Google? You can see in the even Reels and the YouTube, you can see the Google. They are making the videos of their employee, how the employee are sleeping during the working hours. There are lot of things to eat there. Even starting with the veg, non-veg, all they are having coffee. So everything is there. Their office is nothing but like a home to them, right? So we can say Why it is there? Why they are offering such a things? Because to attract and retain the top talent, to foster a culture of innovation, align the employee and stockholders' interest, competitive pay and the benefit, promote the well-being of the employee. So obviously these are the reason. That's why the Google is the Google, highest package, best working condition, right? So the employee of the Google themselves they call as Googlers, right? So this is the reward philosophy at the Google. Now see, whole full market, the whole foods market, whole foods market. So this is the simply American supermarket chain, www.wholefoodmarket.com. Okay, so in that company what they focus on the equal compensation and the benefit for same level employee. Then aim to attract, retain the talent. They provide adequate income and the benefit. They are also having the individual contribution. They are having reward for the individual contribution. Okay, so individual is performing, more reward to that person. Okay, so these are the strategy at a wholefoodmarket.com. This is the simply supermarket chain in the America. Okay, next is the employee recognition at a Taj Hotel. So how in Taj Hotel in Mumbai they are recognizing their employee? Very simple. See, they have implemented the stars. Remember stars. Stars stands for special thanks and the recognition system. They are having stars, that is special thanks and recognition system. So in the exam they will ask you, in the Taj Hotel which are the following recognition system works? So simply stars. So this recognition system is linked to the customer satisfaction to the employee reward. Means what? You see, for example, some waiter is there, some employee of the star hotel, they are serving to their customers. If their customer, they can rate their staffs. So based on that, they are getting their recognition, right? So daily review nomination, the daily review of a nomination by the designated stars committee will be done. Okay, so they are doing daily review of a nomination by the stars committee. So simply one word you remember in the examination point of view, stars is a part of Taj Hotel. Stars is a part of a Taj Hotel. Okay, next. So friends, here we will stop. The remaining part will continue in the next session. Meanwhile, you can subscribe us. We are having the Android application. Don't forget to download the Android application which is available at the Play Store. You can simply search Banker Zone CIB at the Play Store to download the application. You can join our Telegram channel. This is our WhatsApp number for any doubt. Thank you friends.